Hello there YouTube, it's Conspiracy, the car boot haul video. It's been a long time coming. I apologise for my absence. I have been car booting still.
I just haven't been doing videos. I know, it's terrible. I missed one and then it was very easy to just keep missing them. I have stored all the stuff in like little car boot heaps, so I'm going to try and work my way through, start showing you some of them again. I'll be showing them in reverse order though, which is annoying because it'll muck all the stories up, but never mind. But yeah, so there should be more videos to come and then I can sort the toy room out. So anyway, this is today. This is the Sunday of the bank holiday weekend at the end of August. This is that haul. So the first thing I found was this cool fella here, and my word was I chuffed to see him. Paulie Poo helped me find the other giant Trendmaster Adian knockoff figure. This is meant to be H.R. Geiger's Adian, like a knockoff version. Now I found this in a box and I asked the guy what he wanted and he said £10, which is an astronomical amount of money for something like this. But I did really want it still. So I had a little look, see what else he had. Oh, he's destroying the place already, never mind. He also had this little Trendmaster Adian. And I had this little fella as a kid as well. You used to put like a rocket on the end here, and when you squeezed, a small amount of air would be released to fire the rocket. And he wanted £5 for him as well. And then he had a box on the floor in which they had this little solid PVC Hulk figure. This little monsters in my pocket dinosaur breaking out of an eggshell. One nice gorilla battle beast, and two terminites, possibly army ants, but I think terminites. So he wanted £10 for this one, and these ones. In the end, it came to something like £18, which was a lot of money. And I went back later on, just to look over. I think I didn't buy this one at the time. I just paid the £13 for those. I came back to pick up the £5 one, and he said that I could look at the stuff he had in this back of the car, and he had everything, man. He had like so many Ghostbusters and He-Man and Thundercats and all sorts, but he was going to sell them all on eBay, but he was letting me look, so I thought, well, there's a chance he might sell me a few bits I need for my collection. So there was a Slimer there. Still haven't got a Slimer for my Ghostbusters collection, so definitely was interested in buying that. I had this guy with his tongue, who I don't have, and it's nice to put other action figures inside, so he'll be beautiful to display. And this guy, which I assume is from Masters of the Universe, which is probably the coolest things. It's almost insectoid looking, but yeah, never seen one of those. And again, after not seeing one ever, I found one last week and another one this week, another Astral Moat monster. This one only has one wing, but even still. So I was hoping that we'd do the 4 for like, I don't know, 30 quid. You know, being fair and seeing what else he charged me on those. But he wanted 60 quid for it all, which was an awful lot. I eventually managed to get him down to 50, which is still an awful lot of money. But hopefully we could sell the Astral Moat sort of fella, make the money back in order to keep these bits so that they didn't cost as much as they actually did in effect. There's also a really cool trader that's doing toys that's just turned up at my my far away car boot. He had this cool like Predator war metal outfit thing. He was really cool. He has this Peter Puppy from Earthworm Jim, a nice Mannix Apes Attacks figure, and Ace Wing Duck, or Ace Duck, or whatever his name was, and he did the 4 of those for a tenner, so they were £2.50 each, but they are figures I'm really into. I also found this G1 Soundwave. He's really beat up, his limbs are all so loose. He does have a cassette in there, but the head's broken and one of the legs is missing, but still, it was £6. It's going to go nicely on the Transformer shelf. Back to proper car boot prices. We found this knockoff Han Solo in a box of 10 toys for £1.
I tried the makeup 10, but I could only get the 7. I managed to find this little PVC genie from Aladdin, which is a bit odd. I don't have one like that. Electrobuzz. Is it Jafar or something from Aladdin? One of those World Industry skateboarder dudes. A very punk rock looking World Industry skateboard dude. This cool looking Digimon fella. It's quite big for a Digimon guy. And a small little R2D2. So we took those 7 for £1. So it's nice to see proper car boot prices. Also got this Gil Grunt plush with tags for 20p for my friend who kids like that sort of stuff. I found this bag with these 5 pan action figures in really good condition. When I went to pay for them, the fella was like, "Oh, you bought the box sets off me a little while ago." So I remembered who he was, so I decided to keep digging, see what else we could find. I was a bit late to the car boot today, so I think people had bought most of his good stuff. But I found this huge stack of Merlin, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger cards. There's a few shiny ones in there. But yeah, most of them are just little shots of the show. It looks like there might be a couple more shinies in there perhaps, or maybe not. But yeah, so there's a big stack of those and he wanted £1 for the stack, so had those for £1. Had this Mega Drive sort of plug in and play console thing. He only wanted £2 for. And then he had a box, and at the bottom of the box was just accessories for turtles. He had the Ace wings, Ace Duck wings, this complete set. That might be Splinter's weapons, just not taken off. He had a Krang in the bottom of the box there. He had a Toxic Crusaders, I think it's the two-headed guy, I forget his name. His surfboard. Both of the wings for a Wingnut action figure. I think this is Splinter's red cape. Might be, it's either Splinter's cape or it might be Shredder's, but I'm fairly certain that's Splinter's one. A little weapon, who I forget which one it goes with. Another weapon that I thought might be Turtles, I'm not sure. A little dynamite thing, might be Turtles. This Alien War badge. This little handgun thing. And lastly, a Monster Slammer. But he only wanted £1 for all of them, so yeah, I was chuffed. So I paid £4 for those, £1 for all of those, £2 for that. So it was like, what, £7 for that little bundle. So that wasn't too bad. So I'm going to swap sides. Show you what on the other side here. So the next car boot, there's a lady who I've seen a few times now, and I think her son gets Loot Crate and some stuff he doesn't want. She just sells at the boot sale. So we got the Infinity Gauntlet Melt in Your Hand oven mitt. These were recalled for being hazardous to health, so definitely happy to have that. Really wanted one, but don't want to subscribe to Loot Crate. She also had this tiny little Rick, who looks like he's got the beads around his neck, and I'm sure the beads came with the Homer Simpson that I have. The golden one that sits on a donut looking like a Buddha. So that was cool. She also had this Harley Quinn Loot Crate exclusive comic book. So she did me the book, the mitt, and this little fella for £2.50. So that wasn't too bad. And then there was this deal, which was probably, again, one of my more expensive spends of car booting history, but here we go. So the fella was a toy trader, and he lives quite far away, but he holidays near where I live, and when he comes down for holiday he brings some of his stock, and he has a sale like while he's on holiday and does what he does. So when I first went past, he had these 2 boxes of just action figures for £1. So the first ones I pull out the box was this dude. I think he's from Black Star or Brave Star or something like that, with some like sparking flint action. I also pick up this guy, who I think is a bad guy from the Metal Gear Solid range. His nose is a bit chipped, but hey ho. I think I picked up this guy thinking that he was someone who he isn't. this girl who's from Earthworm Jim, Princess what's her name? I think is actually her name. And then a couple others. I think I got a Planeteer as well. So we took those for a £5, and then eventually I went back, picked another £5, got a Beetleborg, this guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Lara Croft, and another Planeteer. So I ended up spending £10 on this little bundle here. And then I go back again, and I have another rummage, and I pull out this girl with attitude, this fella here, this lady here, and this lady here. And that's when we start talking, and because the rain had ended, he moved his thing, and he had his tarpaulin off half the stand, and he had this, which he said was a Boglin. Now I've never seen a Boglin like that before. It's not that really rubbery, horrible feeling plastic. It's really firm plastic, and it's in beautiful condition. So he told me he wanted £55 for it because it was a super rare Boglin. And as much as I love Boglins, £55 was a lot of money. And so I walked away and thought about it. When I went back, I saw he had this little Mad Bull. It's a bit beat up, but Mad Bull nonetheless. And he wanted £10 for that. And then while I was looking at those, I spied he has these, which I've never seen before. He said they were something like Galactic Space Cowboys, Galactic Space Warriors. He said it's rare you find them with all their shoulder pads and belts in this sort of condition. And he wanted £10 each on those. He asked me what I really collected, and I said I kind of like bootleg toys. Bootleg toys were some of my favourites. And so he had these two that he'd got that day. And then I found a couple others. I can't remember how it all worked out, but there was a couple others that we had in there, and he ended up doing me a deal on the whole lot for 65. So if this one stayed at 55, then I got all of this lot for a tenner, but originally he wanted a tenner for the Mad Ball and sort of 20 quid for the two of those, and he didn't even tell me a price for these really. Yeah, it was expensive, and I don't know if it was worth it right now with this guy, but he is just really cool. And at the time I just thought I really want that little blue fella. I think it was when I touched him and could feel how he felt. It's got a really good feel to it. He says his eye pops out, but I can't seem to make it pop out at all. It would be cool if it did. Yeah, so that was my incredibly expensive car boot haul. There wasn't very many people car booting, as in selling. Oh, I did get these 4 comics you can see at the back here at 50p each from a car booter. Well, there was quite a lot of people car booting, they just didn't have very good stuff. So yeah, most of it came from traders, and I got there late, which never helps. But yeah, even though I spent a lot of money, I'm really quite happy with the stuff I found today, and I think that's what matters. So anyway, guys, sorry about the delay in getting these videos out to you. Hopefully you'll see a few in a row now, and I can get some of these toys put up on the shelf and displayed. So yeah, happy days. It's nice seeing you all again, guys. Bye.